So I'm here with head cross country coach Matt Roe. Now, coach, you guys dominated the Horizon League. You took some titles home from the A10, but what about the Big East this weekend? I mean, is this, what do you think of this conference and how it stacks up against some of the other conferences around the nation?
Well, it's arguably, on the women's side, it's arguably the toughest conference in the country. And to win a national title, you're going to have to go through two teams in the conference, and that's Providence. It's been ranked number 1 in the country this year. It's currently ranked number 3. And Georgetown, who's ranked 5th in the nation right now. Those are two teams that could legitimately win a national title. Georgetown won it just a couple of years ago, and Providence was 2nd last year. And you don't want to count out Villanova, who's the most storied program in NCAA history with 9 national titles. So that's about as tough as you can get for a conference. And all programs are really tough right now, running well. So Providence is a different program than Georgetown in terms of their personnel. They've got the best 1 through 3 punch in the country for sure. 3 All-Americans up front, 2 of which are national record holder and a former national record holder. And Georgetown's got great depth, and they have a very small spread between their 1st and their 5th runner. So both teams can beat you different ways, and they're going to be tough competition. And you don't want to count out Villanova either. They're a class program, well coached, and they're gonna bring it on Saturday for sure.
So this isn't just another conference meet. I mean, is there a lot more bearing on this meet? Like, what do is there more riding on it? What do you think?
Well, I think the great thing about being in the Big East is we want to measure ourselves against the best schools in the country, and that hasn't always been the case when we go to a conference meet. That's certainly the case this weekend. And we just want to get better every week. And I feel like we've gotten better every week thus far, and we want measurables. We want to measure ourselves against the best teams in the country and see where we stand and where we stack up. And that's what's exciting about this weekend is we don't really have a lot of pressure on ourselves on the women's side, but I think we could be really dangerous. And I think when you have a program that's running well and doesn't have pressure on them and is dangerous, great things can happen.
So speaking of the women, you're number 7 in the nation now, right? The highest ranking in school history. But this weekend you're going against, like you said, number 3 Georgetown, number 4 Providence. What do you think the biggest challenge for the women's team is going to be on Saturday?
Well, I think we got to close better. We're getting better every week, but I think we got to close the race better. We got to be able to concentrate, and more than anything, I think we got to be excited and believe, because I think we could be very successful against those two teams. And I think if we believe we can and go out with that mindset, I think great things can happen.
Now, I also heard about a secret weapon. Can you kind of enlighten our viewers as to who that is and what she brings to the table?
Well, we have a freshman, Lauren Wood, who had an injury this summer, and she would have been running in our top 7 all year. And unfortunately, it was a minor injury, and she's been rehabbing, and she'll be racing this weekend. And the goal for Lauren really is not necessarily to be a scorer or have a lot of pressure on her, but ultimately it's just to get better every week, get a race under her belt. She ran a race last weekend unattached and ran really well. So try to get the cobwebs out, and more than anything, probably get better and be a safety valve in case we need to use her. And then moving forward, we can assess where she's at and what's best for her. But she certainly will give us the depth that we're looking for.
And on the guys' side, I know before you were kind of talking about closing the gap and things like that. What are you looking for from them this weekend?
Well, our guys are really coming on, and they're running well, and I think they're pretty dangerous too. We're certainly not picked to win the conference, but I think that we definitely can mix it up with anybody in the conference. And we've been on the course once this year, and that's really helped us. We ran well on it, and we're healthy, for the most part. We've got Harry Ellis coming back, who was out. And just like Lauren Wood, he's not going to have a lot of pressure on him. He's just going to try to have a healthy race, get better this week, and if he can come in and contribute, that's going to be a bonus. But the 5 guys that scored at pre-nationals, where we ran really well, we expect them to be competitive. And I think 1 through 3, we might be the best team in the conference. So if our top 3 guys can run at a high level and be relaxed and trust their training, I think we can be dangerous just like the women.
Cool. Well, thanks, Coach Rowe. We'll see you next time, and of course, good luck this weekend.
Thanks.